Hey friends, it's Kristi. Thanks for watching another video. This topic is near and dear to my heart because about 15 years ago, I was on this quest to be the very best version of myself. And every single year, I feel like I'm getting a little closer and a little closer. I'm definitely a work in progress. And I think that you might feel the same way about yourself too, right? I hope you feel like you haven't arrived because there's always room for improvement and for personal growth. But one of the things that I've come to realize is I think it's really important to have something set out in front of us to try to accomplish. So what are your goals? And then I want you to think of them as life improvement goals, maybe life improvement projects, let's call it that. So a life improvement project, it might be something little that you could accomplish right away. Maybe you have a goal of dropping 10 pounds or finishing a certificate or a degree. Or maybe it's something a little bit more significant that's going to take, years, if not decades, to get to. You might have pretty big goals to go and get your doctorate's degree. You might have a goal to climb some incredible mountain that most people don't ever even have the opportunity to get to, which would mean years of training, rigorous training. So whatever it is, I want you to consider it or think about it as a life improvement project. We typically have energy flowing out of us towards things or towards people or towards tasks. Where is your energy flowing to? And is it bringing you joy in return? If it isn't, we've got to move that flow over. So start really paying attention to where your time, your thoughts, your energy, and if something is a vampire and sucking you dry, you need to get rid of that, get it out of your life, and maneuver towards what it is that you truly desire. And if you've actually never stopped to think, what is it that I truly desire? I invite you to spend some time right there. If you don't know what really lights you up, what really excites you, maybe you're in a place that's so dark that you can't even really find those kinds of feelings or emotions. You're not feeling a lot of hope. I think that being able to focus some energies on life improvement projects, little increments that you can change over time, it's usually not the external things that's the problem. It's usually we're the problem. We're stuck in a story. Maybe somebody hurt you. Maybe you lost a job and your job really brought a lot of self-worth to you. Maybe you've made some bad decisions and had to make some tough choices, and now you're living in the repercussions or the results of those choices. Sometimes we find ourselves in really different or strange or weird places in our lives that we just didn't think we were going to arrive to. It doesn't mean you have to be stuck in that moment forever. It's just right now. So what can we do to propel you forward into a future that is worth living, that can light you up, that can get you excited? So if you call it a project and you name it something and you have little steps towards accomplishing those goals inside of that project, it actually focuses your energy on something that's going to bring you a whole lot of joy and love in return. So what does that look like? Maybe you have a goal that is a couple weeks to a couple months out. I think it's really important to have some short-term goals to accomplish so you can celebrate those smaller victories and then have something else that you're working towards that's a bigger goal that can keep your focus and your energy flowing to that thing that's going to reward you once you arrive. But what happens is sometimes we arrive to that goal or the end of that project and it didn't fulfill us the way that we thought it would. It didn't bring us that feeling of like, hey, I got this. That's why a lot of people that are chasing after money, that have that love of money, never ever have enough. They accumulate and at the risk or at the cost of being in relationship with the people that are most meaningful to them, or missing out on opportunities to make memories, or they're so busy working that they can't go and take a vacation, or they can't go and celebrate those successes. And when you find yourself in that space, it's constantly aiming at something else that you think is going to bring you joy. Oh, if I could just make $100,000. You make $100,000, you're like, all right, I've arrived. Well, I don't have all those things that I want, and I don't have that feeling that I thought I would get out of this. So if I could just make $1 million, so you get to the $1 million, and then now you're chasing after the next, and you never actually arrive because you keep moving, that goalpost. And after a while, it gets really exhausting. So if you can create a life improvement project and have a true outcome on that other side, I think that will be very rewarding, something to celebrate, and then we're constantly in improvement. So I want to challenge you to look at a couple of things that could bring you some joy in life improvement. So let's think about what some of those things might look like. Maybe it's a focus on health. You've got to change some things in your health. Maybe it's something on mindset. If you don't have positive thinking, if the default conversation that you hear when you're speaking to yourself isn't from a place of love and encouragement and propelling you forward, if it's mean words, oh, you're so stupid, oh, there you go again, and you're trapped in that voice of constantly pulling you down, you need to have a perspective shift. You need to have a mindset shift. And you know what, you guys, we have to love ourselves before we could truly love others. I know in the Bible it says we're supposed to love our neighbors as we love ourselves. But what if we don't love ourselves? To love ourselves means that we can forgive ourselves. We can forgive ourselves for our actions, our choices, our decisions, our words, things that we've done in the past, the wrongs that we have created, the people that we've hurt along our ways. And if we can truly forgive ourselves, we can finally get to a place where we can truly love ourselves. When we can truly love ourselves, we can get to a place that we can truly love others exactly where they're at, not in a place of judgment, not in a place of, okay, if you can change this one thing, then I'll love you. It's not conditional love. I'll love you if, when this happens, that happens. It's just true, pure, raw love. And we're just not there. We're not there individually. We're not there as a community. We're definitely not there as a society. I'm looking around what's going on in our times right now, and it's heartbreaking. There's injustice and there's tiny-mindedness, and it's very difficult to try to take yourself out of your own position and put yourself in somebody else's shoes, because unless you've lived in somebody else's world, we truly can't understand pains and experiences and perspectives. But what we can do is try. Empathy is the most beautiful gift you can give the people around you. So what if that were a life improvement project, is really becoming one with empathy, really learning what that word means? Maybe you could seek out some information, training, classes, books, something along those lines. Think about the personal growth that could come out of that. It could be truly extraordinary, and then we could actually really be the change that we want to see in this world. So what other kind of life improvement project could you have? Could it be something in your career goals? So maybe you're not looking to be like the manager of all managers, but maybe you want to be the very, very best at whatever it is that you do in the way that only you can deliver your work. So how do you improve upon yourself in those ways? What kind of skill sets can you collect and learn and grow from so that you can be the very best? What if it's being an extraordinary parent or an extraordinary spouse? What things could you bring into your life in this life improvement project, and who can you bring into this project with you to really make that happen? So it's crazy because we just kind of go through the motions of life every single day, but we don't actually pause and create a plan on what that might look like. So this is your pause. This is your moment to look and see what you can bring in so that way you can create the kind of life and the kind of results from your life that really light you up and can get you excited. So I challenge you to bring on some life improvement projects. Invite the people in your life that support you, that can be accountability partners for you, but more importantly, can help you accomplish those goals. Invite them to be part of it with you, and maybe they have their own life improvement goals that you can help create a project for them so that they can accomplish it. And you guys, don't forget to celebrate those little victories. Sometimes we're just chasing after the next goal, the next goal, the next goal, just to check something off a list. And we forget to really, truly be in that moment and celebrate and feel good about our accomplishments. We need that every once in a while. We need those kudos. We need that pat on the back, that atta girl, you did it, so that we can keep going in our pursuit of excellence, so we can live the best life possible. But it takes a plan, it takes some thought, and it takes some projects. So I encourage you to take on a life improvement project or several of them. I hope that it brings you lots of joy to accomplish those goals. And I'd love to hear about that. So if you create a life improvement project and you'd like some encouragement, you want a cheerleader, or you just want to share your success in that, I'd love to hear your story. So reach out to me. Until next time, my friends, stay well.